So what I thought was, well, can you store value better than Bitcoin does? What does Bitcoin do? You can buy it, you can sell it, and you can transfer it, and that's it. Well, what if you want to earn money on your Bitcoin? What if you want to lend your Bitcoin out? Well, now you've got to give your Bitcoin to a trusted third party who's going to screw you or get hacked or not give you your funds for some reason, right? So for instance, there's exchanges where you can send your Bitcoin and lend them out to people to short the price. And there's a floating rate that changes on how much profit you can get from doing that. But every once in a while, those places get hacked, and then you don't get your money back. So if we have programmable money, well, what should be the first thing we program? Interest. So instead of giving your coins to a centralized third party to hope to make profit, you can just give your coins to the smart contract that minted them. And then the same contract that allowed the coins to exist in the first place is the same contract that will pay you your interest for locking your coins. So I invented it.
You're calling it a blockchain, CD.
Yeah.
But
it
it's
monetizes
not.
the time value of money. It's the only cryptocurrency I'm aware of that pays you more for locking longer.
Look, it's just some like 10th grade economics project.
Hexcoin is 1,000% a scam coin.
Why don't we talk about how scams work and then hope that people don't fall for them? Isn't that a good, useful thing?
I think we should entirely focus on not on you being a scammer, and I don't want to go out of that window thing. It's just the entire thing. I'm going to say, you're a scammer, this is a scam, you're scamming people.
I mean, the fact is, Kieran is one of your developers who came on the show and said some pretty damning things that raise a lot of red
and I don't
flags.
mind that. I don't mind that at all. I hope that he continues to do that.
So you
He's
have nothing
entitled
to
his opinion.
say about, the over 50% of coins.
It's all true.
Being in your
I say
hands.
I say it all day, every day. And I actually want to help all those people.
No, you're not. You're scamming people.
Okay, so let's go over it.
Yeah.
But I think.
Okay. How does everyone win? Let's just for basic questions. How does everyone win?
Well, first, why don't we just attack the easy things, right? So the website says that Hex is designed to go up over 10,000x in 2.5 years.
Scammy projects trying to overtake Bitcoin. You're watching one of them written on the shirt right there of Richard Hart.
A mega scam. And obviously, after hearing your responses, it's obvious to me that it is a scam.
A scammer is someone who says to you that they're going to do one thing, you give them your money, and they do something completely different. They tell you that they're going to deliver something, and then they run away with your money, or they steal the money. Richard Hart didn't do that. Richard Hart is very transparent. He said, Hex does exactly what it's supposed to do. You deposit Hex, through this mechanism it gets burnt, you earn more Hex, you earn this interest in Hex, and it does what it's supposed to do. It's had many security audits, contract audits, and whatever else. It's passed every single one of them. It's never ever been hacked, and every single user that's ever bought Hex so far has made money, or most users that have bought and staked Hex have made money. That's not a scam.
To those of you following the crypto markets, especially the altcoin markets, you may be familiar with Hex, one of the fastest rising cryptocurrencies out there, along with Richard Hart, who is a very enigmatic figure online, founder of Hex. Richard joins us today to talk about this coin and his upcoming projects. Welcome to the show, Richard.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
But Richard, what's happening with you these days?
Well, we just raised $25 million plus for medical research. And, the founder of that charity, I had volunteered for that charity back in 2006 in Cambridge in person. And then I never got around to doing more for them. And it's the only thing that matters is saving lives and healing people. It's the highest and best cause any of us could have. And not enough people work on it. You go out into the street, you close your eyes, you just point at somebody, guarantee they're not a doctor, guarantee they're not a researcher. All of humankind is focused on everything except saving our own lives. So somebody's got to fix it. Somebody's got to do better. My grandparents died. I never did anything for them. Parents are on their way out probably. And I'm next. As you said, I'm a huge guest. It's not good for your health, So someone has to put the money in. And it's been awesome that the cryptocurrency community has donated 25 million so far.
Yeah, so this guy Richard Hart, who's been a fan of ours for like 15 years, volunteered at a couple of my conferences like 10 or 15 years ago. not heard from him for literally, I'm going to say nearly a decade.
Yeah.
Suddenly he comes along and says, right, I've decided now's the right time for me to help you. But he doesn't do what other people like, Vitalik Buterin have done.
Yeah.
He doesn't come and say, like, here's a check. He says, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to incentivize other people to send you money. And he's got a lot of other people. Richard Hart seems to be, I don't understand the crypto world at all, okay? Though they very much seem to understand me. We have a huge fan base in the crypto community. But, yeah, so Richard, I had no idea what he'd been doing. He seems to be a rather polarizing figure. There seem to be people who really disapprove of him. But, honestly, I don't quite care right now because because he's done this enormous thing for us. And actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm not even sure that the disapproval is all that deep, because I wrote to Vitalik Buterin, the guy who created Ethereum and who has been a huge supporter of ours for a few years now, and told him what was going on, and he said, "Oh, that's very interesting. Richard has been, marketing his currency in a questionable way. I don't know any of the details, right? But this, his words were, this definitely improves my opinion of Richard. And if it's good enough for Vitalik, it's good enough for anybody."
And written right there on the website, it says, you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others.
And with continued interest of cryptocurrency, El Salvador now becomes the very first country to adopt Bitcoin as its official currency. The country now holds 400 Bitcoin, worth about $20 million. Other cryptocurrencies continue to make news as well, such as Ethereum, Doge, and Hex, which is the best performing cryptocurrency for 2020 and 2021. And that's three things that you need to know for this morning.